Asia's biggest agro exhibition, Maha, is back. Bring your family to discover the agriculture, horticulture, and agritourism with exciting attractions and live performances by your favorite artists. Maha 2026, 28th August to 6 September at My Amsterdam.
The Negeri Sembilan polls have concluded, with BN and Perikatan Nasional joining forces to form the new state government. And tension has now turned to Pakatan Harapan as political leaders question the coalition's direction and even call for its partnership with BN to be scrapped. Stay with us for this and more on KiniNews. PKR's Wong Chen has delivered one of his strongest criticisms yet of Pakatan Harapan following its defeat in the Negeri Sembilan election, the coalition's third electoral setback since the Sabah polls last November. He accused Harapan of abandoning its reform agenda in favor of political survival. In a Facebook post, Wong said the coalition had compromised its principles to stay in power, arguing that stability aimed at preserving positions and keeping certain individuals in ministerial office should not be mistaken for stability that benefits the country. He said transparency, accountability, and the fight against corruption formed Harapan's original reformasi mandate, but questioned whether the coalition was still committed to those ideals. Wong urged Harapan leaders to acknowledge the coalition's shortcomings and step aside if they no longer had the will to pursue meaningful reforms. He cited allegations involving former MECC Chief Commissioner Azambaki, as well as claims of a corporate mafia involving MECC officers and business figures, as examples of issues where the government had failed to act decisively. On the Negeri Sembilan result, Wong said Harapan was unable to win sufficient milli support while UMNO and PAS worked together. He warned that without a credible progressive platform for all races to unite, voting would continue to be driven along racial lines. Wong also revealed that he was not asked to campaign for PKR during the Johor and Negeri Sembilan elections, adding that the feeling is mutual. He said reap what you sow, and for him, it is high time to move on. Former UMNO leader Puan Zarkashi also weighed in on the polls, calling on Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim to consider ending the Memorandum of Understanding between BN and Pakatan Harapan. He argued that trust between the two coalitions no longer existed. Puan made the remarks in a Facebook post following the formation of the new Negeri Sembilan state government. In his post, Puan hit out at PAS leader Anwar Musa, who had claimed that PN played a key role in helping BN form the state administration. Puan accused Anwar of arrogance, saying that BN could also have formed the government with Harapan because the two coalitions had enough seats. However, he said BN chairperson Ahmad Zahid Hamidi's decision to partner with PN showed where BN's trust now lies. BN won 18 seats in the Negeri Sembilan election. Together with PN's 7 seats, the two coalitions secured a 2/3 majority in the 36-seat assembly. 7th-term UMNO Assemblyperson Ismail Lasim was sworn in yesterday as the state's new Menteri Besar. He replaces Pakatan Harapan's Aminuddin Harun. On the other hand, PKR lawmaker Hassan Abdul Karim believes Harapan should serve its full term in government before calling the 16th general election. He warned that rushing to the polls could backfire on the coalition. In a Facebook post, the Pasir Gudang MP urged Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim not to dissolve parliament early. He warned that PKR in particular risks being shocked to death by defeat if it moves ahead with an early general election. Hassan justified his call by warning that an early GE16 could deepen the impact of consecutive defeats in Sabah, Johor, and Negeri Sembilan, leaving the federal administration as well as PKR members and supporters demoralized and without direction. He said waiting another 12 to 18 months would allow voter fatigue to ease and weaken the momentum of opposition parties over time. He also argued that more time would give Anwar's economic policies a chance to produce visible results. According to Hassan, stronger economic performance could improve public confidence before the next election. He urged PKR members not to lose hope despite the party's recent setbacks. Hassan said PKR remains a multiracial party with a future and called on members to remain loyal even during difficult times. From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us. DAP Secretary General Anthony Lok's loss in Chennai has ended his 22-year unbeaten electoral record. According to a political analyst, the result could signal broader challenges for DAP. University Malaya political analyst Koo Ying Hui said Lok's defeat was significant because he had built a reputation as a moderate and effective politician. Koo noted that Chennai has always been a competitive mixed seat. Lok had held the seat since 2013, but it remained a mixed constituency that required support across Malay villages, Chinese new villages, and smaller communities. This time, she said the support that had kept Lok in Chennai for 3 terms simply did not come together. Koo said several factors may have contributed to the defeat. These included BNPN cooperation, voter mobilization, local dissatisfaction, campaign organization, and attacks involving race, customs, and royalty. She said that when the margin is this narrow, no single factor needs to be decisive on its own. A few small shifts can be enough. Koo added that the result does not mean support for Lok has disappeared, nor does it mean his political style has failed. According to her, it shows that the coalition he built in Chennai had become much more fragile than before. She stressed that the broader question now is what DAP and Harapan missed in Chennai. She said Lok's first defeat may tell more about Malaysia's changing political landscape than many of his victories ever did. To read the full comment, head to malaysiakini.com. The post-election debate has also raised questions over the appointment of the new Menteri Besar. Parti Wawasan Negara Chairperson Rais Yatim has questioned the process behind the appointment of Ismail Lassim as the MB. Among others, Rais, who was recently stripped of his honorific titles by the State Palace, claimed there had been outside interference in the selection of the Juase Assemblyperson for the post. In a video circulating on social media, Rais pointed to a meeting between UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi and the Yang di-Pertuan Besar of Negeri Sembilan before the appointment. He questioned what was discussed and whether it influenced the outcome. He also questioned whether the states for Undang or territorial chieftains had been consulted before the decision was made. Rais also argued that the appointment overlooked the contributions of Negeri Sembilan UMNO Chief Jalaluddin Alias, who had worked tirelessly for the coalition. He said that Jalaluddin's contributions had not received the recognition they warranted. He stated that if this continues, Negeri Sembilan's customs will be dictated by outsiders, not by the people of Negeri Sembilan or by what is enshrined in its traditional institutions. Ismail Lassim was sworn in as Menteri Besar yesterday before the Yang di-Pertuan Besar at the Seri Menanti Palace. Meanwhile, Amanah Deputy President Mujahid Yusof Rawah has accused BN of abandoning the aspiration of building a Malaysia free from prejudice and racial religious hatred in its pursuit of political power. His remarks come following the conclusion of the Negeri Sembilan election. Mujahid said Harapan must accept that its vision of unity with the Ahmad Zahid Hamidi-led BN may no longer be viable. He added that Harapan must realize that the aspiration for unity hoped for together with BN has been seized by the dreams of Malay Muslim supremacy brought by PN. He stressed that this is a signal that Harapan will face an uphill battle if it is committed to bringing Malaysia's politics towards values that better guarantee the nation's future. Mujahid further urged Harapan to engage in self-reflection, to identify its weaknesses, stressing that efforts should be made to build new strengths and generate momentum ahead of the next general election. He also described BN's conduct during the state election as regrettable, accusing the coalition of dividing seats with PN to defeat the unity government that was in place before the State Assembly was dissolved. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.